tell us more about what does Gpaa stands for and what does it do exactly?
Gpaa stands for Government Pension Administration Agency. Our work is to, in general, call it to administer the GEPF, and the pension fund for government employees. So practically we collect the contributions by the employees of various departments in government and their employers, the departments. We collect we maintain the membership of the people throughout the period, and when they exit, we are the people who process those claims and pay them, whether by resignation, unfortunately at times by death, and hopefully when people retire.
And is it compulsory for every government employee to be under your pension fund as long as you're working for the government?
Yes, not as long as you work for government, because government has various levels. Our members are mainly people who are at provincial departments and national departments. There are a few exceptions. We have some local government members who were transferred when we were formed in 1996 during the amalgamation of the various funds that were there across government. So in general, it's people who work for national departments and provincial departments. It's compulsory in the sense that when you join any company, any organization as an employee, you find them having a pension fund. There are places elsewhere where people are perhaps can choose where they want to put, but with us, so the moment you join your first salary, 7% goes into the pension fund, and the employer also, your department, also contributes towards that. So yes, it is compulsory.
Can you just tell our viewers the importance of having a pension?
Yes, it is important. That very compulsory is a compulsory in a nice way, because we are not necessarily forcing you and taking your money. We are assisting you, encouraging you, of course through the law, to save money. So it is important for people to save money, to put some money away for pension. And the good thing about pension, unlike other savings, is that no matter how difficult things are, you can't get desperate or excited about something and go throw that money and use it. It is important because particularly for us in government, is that the government wants its employees to continue to have the same quality of life that they had when they were working, if not better even, when they retire. That is, put some money away, the employer also put some money away for you, more than what you contribute, so that when you retire, then you, in case you don't manage to save, we know how difficult it is to save, or the low levels of saving in this country. So most people retire without any cash invested or saved also, except their pension. And that's why, for that reason, our rules as GPF do not allow us to give a member a portion at any time. You only get your money when you retire or when you resign, or if you die, your family gets the money. Because the intention is that you shouldn't come and be a liability to other people or even the state when you leave your work. You need to go and access your funds and enjoy them, and assist your family to enjoy the same quality of life that you did. As I said, perhaps even better quality of life.
Okay. So if I heard you correctly, it's 7%.
Yes.
From the employer, and the government?
It's about 13%.
13%. Yeah. So actually the government is paying more for you than what you are contributing yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So with all this money, I know that we've got a lot of workforce in the government, and I believe you collect huge sums of money from these contributions. While these people are still working, what do you do with those funds?
Well, as I say, we put them away into savings and investment. Remember, most of us, if the money that we contribute monthly was just put somewhere safe in a house, it won't be enough by the time you retire. The 1,000 of today may not be good enough when I retire. So it is used in various ways, mainly investments, so that it can grow. Because the fund has many benefits that it gives to his members when they retire, that even when they're active, some things that they get, so that they can enjoy those. So most of those are not, you don't even contribute to them. So, and the fund, how does the fund is able to provide people with those while they don't contribute to such benefits, is because it invests and the money grows. So there's extra money that comes into the fund that comes from those investments. Things like what we call child's pension, funeral assistance or funeral benefit.
Okay.
And the fact that people are paid pension if they retire with us until they die. So you can't afford to pay people until they die unless you have these good investments that yield good results. So the money is put into investments so that it can grow, and then the fund can honor its obligations in terms of the benefits that it has promised its members. There's various benefits, that it has. Medical aid, when you retire, you continue to subsidize the child if the parents die, as I said, the funeral, and many others. So it is put in investment.
Okay.
And of course, various classes of investments in terms of where the people who do that see the opportunity where the money can grow. The main thing is that when we put money there, it will come more than what we put in by the nature of investment.
Okay. Now coming to the issue of accessing your pension fund, is there a process which you need to follow for you to access your pension fund? Now you have retired.
Yeah.
If you can take me through the process. Is it triggered by you yourself, or is it triggered by Gpaa?
We work with the departments, we call them employee departments, where people work, because remember, the people don't work for us, from the fund, they work for various government departments. So we are also able to send reminders, but we have a very solid outreach program where we go out and talk to our members, and we have a special one that focuses on those who are about to retire.
Okay.
We call it a retirement member campaign, where we go to in various districts across the country and meet with people of that age group. Your age 55 to 59.
55 to 59.
Because we know they are nearly retiring.
Yes.
But we have others like roadshows where we meet others and they still get the same information. But these are the focus one where we are telling these people that, for example, when should you start submitting your exit forms or retirement forms, that to say that you're going to be retiring in the next 12 months or 6 months. We encourage shortest 6 months to start filling your forms with your employer. They fill in and confirm your period of service or contribution, rather, let me say contribution, and they calculate on their side what is the value of your money, and all of that process they send to us. We check, confirm what they're saying, or correct where there are errors. We do everything, we process, and we wait for the time when the person exits. If say now is Feb, you are leaving around August, September, we want people to do that well in advance, about 6 months. And that allows us that if there are errors, we're able to send back to you and your employer to say there's an error here, correct it to the correct and send back, and we still have time now to put it in place and wait for payment the day you leave. So that's the process that people go through. Often, most people don't do that on time. You're leaving in December, and then you start doing that in October, November. It can still work, but why do you leave it to chance? Because there are errors here and there in terms of the documents, the contribution periods, some document left out or another not very clear. And there's also the biggest problem where these things are not always submitted to us on time by the departments that these people work at. So if you do this well on time, and also we encourage them that even if you do in 6 months, it doesn't help a lot if you do that and walk away and focus on your work. You need to talk to your HR and check if they've submitted to us. Do they have a confirmation? We try also to confirm with the members. The moment we receive the forms, we send them a message to say we have received your forms and we're busy with them. So For me, I'll say if you submit today, next week go back to HR and say, have you sent? Because they are no longer physically bringing here. There's an electronic system that they send to us. So if an HR practitioner says everything here is correct, they accept it from you as an employee, then they have no reason to keep it further.
Yeah.
In the same week, they should send to us.
It's processed.
So when you check them next week, they should say, yes, it's gone. If it's not gone, then take them on, because they shouldn't keep them, because it's going to affect you when it's time to leave.
Okay. There's a divorce, then the other one says he also wants a portion of your pension.
Okay.
Yes, those type of scenario, how do you guys handle them?
This one, we don't handle the complaints. When people divorce, there's a process.
Okay.
They go to court where they were married and they get divorced.
Yeah.
And then at that, the court will ask them how do they want to deal with their assets. And then particularly one of them is pension. Then if one of them is our members, because remember, we can only talk about those who are our members.
Yes, your members,
works
yes.
elsewhere is none of our business.
Yes.
But if one of them works for us and the other party say that the both of them agree that the other party will claim, then the court will issue them with a divorce decree that says person A claims X amount or percentage against the other person or the ex-spouse. And then that is a court order.
Okay.
As per their agreement.
As per their agreement.
Yeah,
even if it's
ours.
not, even if it's not a court order, but you get an instruction from your member.
You can't deal with a court order. You can't say, I want to give my spouse or my ex-spouse this much. We're divorcing. No, there has to be a letter from the court.
Okay.
And then we pay them. So we are not involved of whether it's a fair process or not, or whether people can divorce and still not claim against each other.
Yes.
You divorce and then the one person, nobody claims from the other's pension, so they can do that. But it's up to them. It's not our space. We're not experts in divorces and things like those.
Yes.
But we maintain, manage, and pay pension. And if people come and say we've divorced, and now the other person comes to say this is a divorce decree, we check it is valid, it's from the court, it says that this person is divorcing against the other person, and the court orders that you pay the other person X percentage from the members' benefits, then we pay them. That's how it works.
Okay. And the fraud cases, going back to that similar example which I've just given you.
Fraud.
Now the couple is divorced. The other couple has passed away. Then the other partner knows about that. The other partner passed away, and they try to come and claim the pension. Do you experience such incident?
They are divorced, and after the divorce, the one person dies.
Yes, the one who is your member
comes to claim.
Yes, the ex comes to claim.
No, it won't work because unless when they divorced, at the time when they divorced,
Yes.
The court order, the divorce decree said person A can claim against person B. And then maybe the C2 feature not claim, because if the C2 not claim, whenever they want to claim, they can claim. So but without a court order saying that these people are divorced, Gpaa, you must pay the other person a claim of this percentage. There's no way. The fact that you were married with someone doesn't necessarily qualify you to claim against them. So it will be very, very strange. I don't remember seeing
something like that.
There's fraud in many others, but not where someone claims to be, to come and claim and say, because you can't. There's no way you can succeed with us. When you do that, you want a document. Without the document,
you can't
claim against the other person.
Okay.
The one way an ex-spouse can claim is often when people join. We make them to fill a form that we call what do you call it? But where you put your beneficiaries, people that should I die. These are the people that I want them to be paid. So at times we can divorce someone, and then whether you agree to claim against each other or not. Let's say you agree not to claim against each other, but then after the divorce, you fail or you forget to remove them from, we call it nomination form.
Yeah.
You forget to remove this person from the nomination form.
Yes.
Because the nomination form doesn't say somebody has to be your family. Anybody that you can even nominate a charity organization,
Oh, okay.
your cousin, your neighbor. Of course, we as a responsible fund, we check against people who may nominate strangers and leave the children who are perhaps dependent on them. So in that case, then the fund can overrule your form and say, you can't be putting your money to charity when you have a small child who is dependent on you and you decide not to give them money.
Okay, that's an advice which you offer to your...
That's not an advice. That we actually, I can say it's an advice, but if it comes, something like that happens, then the fund can overrule your form.
Oh, okay.
And say, here is someone who has died. He's got 2-3 children or one that are dependent on him, but he hasn't nominated them, but he has nominated cousins who are even adults, nominated a charity organization, a football team. This is not right, especially if the child's mother or anybody who's a guardian comes and indicate this to us. Then the fund is allowed to overrule that and say, this child needs to continue having life, so we're changing this form.
Okay.
Maybe your wishes of any other person may still be honored, but primarily you are going to look at the people who are your dependents.
The direct dependence of that member.
But to answer your question, I'm saying if people divorce now and later on when the one person dies, the ex-spouse comes and claims, the only way they can claim is if the member or member forgot to remove you from their nomination form.
Okay.
Because often when that happens, people will remove each other from the nomination form. So if that person doesn't remove you, legal we should pay you. And at times the family can come and argue, but we're controlled by the nomination form. So it's important for people to continue updating their form annually.
Oh, okay.
You have new children, you have parents, and then they die, you still have them, you don't remove them, it's wrong. You must remove them. You have new kids who are born, you must add them on the list.
Okay.
So if you divorce and don't remove the person, we're going to pay them.
Okay.
Again, we're going to do that against anybody else who's on the form, depending on their needs, like things like age and children going to school and all of that, as against me, old and working.
Yeah. Okay. So these are part of that campaign which you normally do.
Yes.
With the outreach campaigns which you guys normally do.
Sure.
Okay. No, I think you have given us detailed information which we wanted to understand more about how the pension works, and also on how the third parties can come and claim. I think it's already answered there.
Yeah, the third party, maybe if I can add, is mainly, what the third part, our daily experience is about children or grandparents.
Yes.
When an average medium-aged person dies, or even a couple of times dying, and the children, the grandparents, or even at times a spouse doesn't know anything about your pension. Because that, even if they've nominated you, if you don't have an updated personal details of where you stay, what are your contact numbers, we're not able to find you. And also, I think it's important that people talk to their families to say, I work at Gpaa, this is the address, this is the telephone number, I have pension there. If I die, this is the process you must follow. Because often people die and your department comes, they talk at the funeral, they contribute a little something, and that's it. The family doesn't know because you don't talk about these things. And then your children suffer. Yes, there's a lot of money that you have with the fund that could be assisting these kids to go to school, to remain with the property in terms of houses and things like that.
Yeah.
So people should talk about that. Advise families that this is the process to go about. Should I die? Because we all hope to retire.
Yes.
But some of us will die before retirement.
Yeah,
and when that happens, what the family does. And the other one is issues of fraud. Things are tough. Everybody wants money. So there are people who know that people are desperate out there, and somehow they are able to find people who are our pensioners, especially active members or those who are working now. It's not easy, but those who are in pension, somehow they're able to find them and say, we know you've retired, but there's some money left for you with GPF. We want to help you claim it. But to do that, you have to give us 150 rand so that we can go and check your name. and then people pay those things, whatever amount. They pay those, and there's going to be a lot of you paying. They go for a few weeks and come back and say, yes, your name is there, and they put an amount against your name. There's 800,000 or 500,000. Now I want to help you claim it. You are a law firm. They give you all nice addresses. The letter has, it looks legit, but it's not.
Okay.
And then now you must pay 1.5 for us to go and claim for you. People pay for those things.
Okay.
So it's very, very sad because we put out messages all over whenever we interact with our members. GPF will never send a firm of lawyers or consultants or whoever to go and assist people to claim money. Money from us is claimed directly with us or through your department, primarily through your department and or directly with us, and we'll advise you on how it works with your department. We'll never send people to go around collecting names, and first our people can never collect money because they work here and they're paid here, so they cannot take money from people.
Yeah.
So anyone who says I can assist you but you must pay, you should know that they are not our people.
Okay.
And when you come back or nothing happens, then you say, but your people came and they are not our people.
Oh.
So up front, our people don't go around asking for money. When we assist, we go out, not even asking people to claim their money through us when we go on outreach. We are educating them about the process.
Okay.
From the day you are hired until the day how it works and all of that. And we tell them when you claim, go to your HR and do the following things. So we'll never go to a community hall or a hotel or something and call people to a meeting to come and claim or check their names. That's very sad because it affects a lot of people, the whole country. We try and do a whole lot of things to alert people, but it's a moving target. You focus on Pretoria, then they're in Northern Cape.
Sure.
When you go to Northern Cape, they're in the Northwest.
Sure.
So people should be their own keepers, I would say. We try and play our part, but we need more of them to be active. And they mustn't give their IDs and things like those to such people. Because now you are giving yourself. They can use your information for anything.
So unclaimed funds, what do you do with them?
We keep them until they're paid, and again they are caused by all those other things that I mentioned, that we're not updating our personal details through our departments or even directly with GPF, and so we don't know where you are staying. We have the address of where you're staying, but you have moved. We have your old number, you have changed, we don't have the new one, and things like that. But also we're not letting our families that should something happen, this is the way. There's a small fraction of people who they're not dead, but they are not claiming, they're left.
Okay.
And it's not like they don't know about their pension, they have other reasons.
Or not.
Those are not the biggest of our problem. The biggest is people where it's death. Someone dies and the family doesn't know. So we keep them. We have our own campaigns to alert people. I'm sure you'll have seen us in all various media try to appeal to people to come and check. We have published books. I don't want to talk about other media or few their names, but we put things all over the media. We have this outreach program. We'll do road shows, about 2 of them per month. Last year we were doing even 3, 4 per month. To go into communities, especially those who are not near our offices, to say come and check, and we encourage even those who are not working for government, as you said earlier. Check if you know someone in your area that there was someone working for government in this family, has died, but the family doesn't seem to be continuing the same life. Maybe something's wrong, not claimed or so. So if you know a family member, someone in the block, in the street, assist by just giving them information. Go to the department where your father, your mother, your daughter worked and check, or go to GPF and check. All we need is an ID number, but they may not have the pension number of this person, at least ID number.
The ID number, at least the ID number.
Then the rest will check whether you are the right person to check that or not. But if you come with that, leave the rest to us, we'll assist. And if you are someone who has access to information, people who don't have, share this with them, assist them, and let's bring the money into the economy, because these people should be using the money to improve their lives rather than sitting with the... But answer you, is not lost, it sits until it is claimed. It's never lost.
It's never lost.